Hello guys, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And this week has been a crazy week because we did not get any brutal video. I was hoping we were going to get episode 209 this week, but unfortunately it is the next week before we're able to get it. I don't have anything doing and I'm still yet to upload this week, so I decided to look for something on the internet. Luckily for me, Swakage posted a video on his YouTube channel, Sakura versus Madara. I was really confused and baffled that why is he going to post that video and how is he going to justify that Sakura is going to beat Madara. I was really confused about that, and seeing the beginning of the video I know how it is, and I don't think any level of Sakura is going to beat Madara because Madara is really out of our league. But we're going to watch it and we're going to see how he justifies his answer. Though I have watched part of the video, when I saw the way it is going, the way he is trying to film everything, I see it to be really interesting if I react to it and I share it with you guys. So guys, without further ado, let's go into the video and react to what he's going to say, and I'm going to give my opinion on everything he says. And if you guys have any opinion too, you are free to put it down in the description box below and let's discuss about it.
Alright, so real quick, I know I've said some stuff about Sakura in the past.
Yes, everybody has said stuff about Sakura because we know how she is.
Madara in the past that are kind of incompatible with what I'm going to be saying in this video. I get it. I don't.
But how is someone going to make this type of video? It will be very hard for him to make this kind of video because you have to put a lot of thought into it, even to think that Sakura has a single chance against Madara.
Just hear me out for a second. So,
let's listen to him.
Sakura beat Madara? Well, it depends, and I don't mean
on what,
where they fight or what intel each one of them has or whatever. I don't care about any of that. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, maybe it'll come up later, but like the important thing is which version of each character we're talking about. I talked about this on Twitter with a couple people, and I don't feel like I should have to say this, but just to be, the reason I say all of this is because I want everybody to know better than to, well, let's use an analogy, actually, right? If this Madara could throw a rock, like, let's say 69 meters, and for whatever reason, in a hypothetical fight with, say, Jirobo, Madara needed to be able to throw a rock at least 55 meters. Well, in this case, it would be pretty fair to assume that this Madara, and especially this Madara, would be able to clear the 50-meter rock.
Yes, that's normal because he's stronger.
Now, on the other hand, let's say we knew Jirobo's rock throwing record was 75 meters. And for whatever reason, part of their death match involved a rock throwing competition. I don't know how the outcome would affect the fight, but you know, look, just play along, all right? It wouldn't really be fair. I'm sure you would agree.
Yes.
To say, well, see, man, I don't think Madara can do it because his record is 69 meters. Jirobo's is 75. It seems pretty clear because obviously it would be fair to assume that Madara had gotten stronger since then. What I'm trying to say is it's fair to bring up feats that belong to a weaker version of a character when talking about a stronger version of them if you're using them to establish what the stronger version of that character should be capable of at the bare minimum. It's a little bit different to use anti-feats or limits ascribed to weaker versions of a character to try and say that a stronger version of that character shouldn't be capable of something, right? And let's add something else to the analogy too. Let's say we swap out adult Madara for kid Madara in the Jirobo fight, but we still have the rock throwing competition, right? It wouldn't really be fair to say that Madara summoned a meteor from outer space, so he should be able.
So guys, basically all that thing that he's saying and that was really confusing. He's saying that there are some things a weaker version of a person can do, and if a person goes stronger, he might not be able to do that thing that he does. For example, use Wale as an example. He said because Madara threw a rock at 55 meters doesn't mean that if he goes stronger he'll be able to throw that rock more than that 55 meters. That the stronger he is doesn't justify that he might be able to do some things better. But to me, the better you become, the more you'll be able to do things that you'll do before, the more you'll be able to do them better. That is my own opinion on that. I don't know what he was really saying because where he framed was really confusing, and I don't know if I really get what he's saying too because it was really confusing. Let's keep on watching it and let's see.
62 miles. Now, if you're still with me here, and we both agree.
A lot of people have lost interest from me now because it was really confusing what he's saying.
Be willing to agree that if I say adult Sakura, like from Boruto, could beat Madara, like the one that fought Hashirama in the final valley.
I would say he's capping
stuff
for
like
sure.
This shouldn't really. This shouldn't be relevant.
No, it isn't relevant. But to me, if you tell me that adult Sakura is going to beat Madara that fought against Hashirama and the Valley of the End, I'm going to tell you that you are capping. She can't.
Giving her the business is a lot stronger than.
And I'm going to give you guys my reason later.
In this fight, so this. Totally not indicative of how this fight.
And he's going to say why this Sakura can be able to beat Madara. You guys hear it.
Let's actually start comparing these two. As for Madara, I don't really think I have to talk about him that much.
Yeah, for sure. Madara is a legend. Everybody knows about him.
My bases are
doesn't need to be explained again.
I talked about Madara pretty extensively in older videos, so we can mostly skip him for now. Though I think most people would agree that we probably need to establish like some point of reference for him. Otherwise, no amount of discussing Sakura's abilities will really matter because like we won't have an idea of what Madara could do. So I think we can all agree that Kaguya is stronger than Valley of the End Madara.
That's
true. I don't think that's a very hot take.
No, it isn't.
Sakura did damage Kaguya.
That's a cap, bro. That's a cap. That's a big cap. And to me, this part in the manga, in the anime, it was a plot armor in order to protect Sakura. Because how much is Sakura punch? Sakura has wasted a lot of chakra at this point in time. She has wasted a lot of chakra on bringing back Sasuke. She has wasted a lot of chakra on healing Obito, giving Obito chakra. So, how is she able to be this strong again, to be able to punch Kaguya down this way? Kaguya that Naruto Rasen Shuriken was not able to penetrate. How is now Sakura able to damage her with a punch? Are you going to tell me that a punch is more lethal than the Rasen Shuriken? Are you going to tell me that? It isn't. This is plot right here. Sometimes in the community, I think we need to understand what is plot and what is not plot. This is a plot to just hype up Sakura. We know that. Most of the damage that Kaguya received here is from Kakashi. The blade he used, the lightning blade he used, it is a Sage mode enhanced lightning blade. That's why it was able to penetrate Kaguya. If it isn't, it won't be able to penetrate her. So Sakura able to punch her down like that is just capping, bro. That's just cap. I don't think that should even be possible at all. It's just a plot to make Sakura to be useful in this fight. That's what it is all about. Though she was useful when she brought Sasuke back, this is just to give her more power. But no, she shouldn't be able to do this to Kaguya. And because she does this, doesn't mean she'll be able to beat Madara. It doesn't make sense at all.
But the fact still remains at the end of the day that she did seem pretty hurt by one of Sakura's punches.
She did, because that was the plot. That was the plot.
By a ray gun situation, because it's illustrated. Well, I mean, like, first of all, that's Dragon Ball rules anyway,
yes.
So it's not really like applicable to Naruto. But even then, even if we did assume that these two universes operated in the same way, Goku was clearly stated to be off guard in that situation, and I don't mean like a little bit surprised, like he was totally relaxed. Whereas Kaguya here was in the middle of fighting for her life.
Yes, and you are going to tell me, person that is fighting for her life, that just powered up, was damaged by a punch from Sakura. That's a big cap, man.
Chakra to defend herself. Now, I'm not saying that Sakura could beat Kaguya one-on-one. That would obviously be ridiculous. But it is pretty impressive for her to have damaged Kaguya, especially when you're comparing her to somebody like Madara. Kaguya was blatantly stated to be stronger than Six Paths Madara. Whether you think she'd actually beat him in a fight, kind of irrelevant here. Her like raw chakra power level was higher than Madara's was. And again, that Madara was way stronger than the Madara we're talking about here. And
yes, he was.
Managed to hurt her, at least enough to cause her to flinch and keep her from doing anything that could have protected her from Naruto and Sasuke sealing her with Chibaku Tensei. So, now that we got laid out on the table, I personally think it's fair to infer from these facts that Sakura would probably be capable of damaging Madara too.
No, she can't.
Unless you really give Kaguya like every benefit of the doubt. Now this Sakura, the very same one that damaged Kaguya, is significantly weaker than the Sakura that we are talking about in this fight. Because there's a whole lot of time.
But the thing is, how much weaker is she? How much weaker? Because if you say this Sakura is way stronger than the one in the fight, because after this war she didn't fight any battle again. How many battles was she into? It was not that much again. So even if she wants to improve, it is not by that much. I don't even Sasuke and Naruto, I don't think the improvements will be that much from what it was before, except for Naruto that has on that tail beast on the second part of the 90 added to him. He'll be the one that will be significantly stronger. Both Sasuke and Sakura, they won't be marginally stronger than how they were in the war arc, because the mission they were on was just a mission they can handle easily. So it was not that challenging or that tough that can push them to the next level. And to me, I don't think any of them trained at all. Both Sakura, Sasuke and Naruto, I don't think any of them did much of a training after the war. That is my thought, because the way they are in the Boruto. Because
between the Kaguya fight and the Boruto era, and over the course of the time skip, everyone seems to have received some pretty crazy power-ups. Like, okay, whether you like it or not, Kinshiki and Momoshiki should, at the very least, even if you lowball them, be somewhere around.
Those are trash.
They were described as potentially.
They're even weaker than Kaguya, I won't lie. Both of them combined.
They've got to be somewhat comparable to her, right?
No, they are not.
It's like even after that is established, characters that aren't Naruto or Sasuke, characters without six paths powers, just fight them. And I don't know about you, but to me it looked like they were doing okay.
Yeah, we are not. That was the plot, man. Nothing makes sense in Boruto. Nothing makes sense there.
Right, like it seems like we have a sort of Dragon Ball Super situation on our hands here, where, I don't know...
No, Dragon Ball Super is way different from this one. Dragon Ball Super, we actually see them fight and develop. They fight, lose, train, and develop to get stronger. But yeah, no. After some time, you see that no, they are way powerful than before. How did they get to that place? We don't know. And even though they are way powerful, they get tired easily. After 2 or 3 attacks, they are tired, they are spent. How are they not powerful more than before? But in Dragon Ball Super, that we complain about that the storytelling is poor, but the way they train, the way they develop, you will see it, you will go through it with them. That's the problem I have with Boruto. So we don't go to the training of Boruto with him. We'll just see him in the next arc whipping out another new jutsu that he learned. How are we going to know that he learned it when we didn't even see him learning it? Or we see him sneaking out doing something that the class or everybody were curious about. What is he doing? They will be having a hint that this is what he's doing. But no, we didn't get anything like that. We are just getting a new power every time without working on it. I don't think it makes sense. I think Dragon Ball Super missing more than that.
Or Tien could beat Super Buu, right? Like, it doesn't feel correct, and it probably shouldn't be true, but clearly it is. And
it is, because they train. We see them train. They train, they get better.
Kage. Why would Sakura have received a similar power-up? Well, there are other examples of things like this. A really good one being Shikamaru.
He's trash.
Compared to Gaara in the Gaara Hiden novel. And to paraphrase that book, what it basically says is that most medical ninja can't match somebody who's on like Gaara's level with their taijutsu, but Sakura was a notable exception. Whether you like it or not, when you have
Gaara is not even good at taijutsu at all.
On the same level as some guy who was keeping up with another guy who was able to blow through the majestic attire Susanoo, I just don't know how I can say in good faith that she isn't stronger than Madara is. Now, you don't have to rely completely on the fact that Boruto has wacky power scaling if you want to argue that Sakura could beat Madara, but it's definitely the least controversial reason you could provide. There's other stuff like her fight with Shin, the fact that Kishimoto strongly implied that she was at least catching up to Naruto and Sasuke. Yada yada.
What does them that catching up? What was really is that? Swakage is capping, man. He's really capping a lot.
Mad, so I will just stick with. She punched Kaguya. Kaguya seemed pretty hurt.
I don't think he decided this video a lot. He just wanted to put out
over like
a video. That's why he made this kind of video. Because if not, if you think about it, I'm not supposed to make this kind of video. It doesn't make sense.
Beat Madara. But what I will say is, if she walked up to him and punched him, even if he like had the whole Susanoo thing going on, whatever, I don't really care what sort of defensive measures Madara takes. No matter what, if he stands there and lets her punch him, yeah, he'll probably die.
That's a big cap, man. That's a big cap. So guys, I think that was the end of swakage video. To me it was a big cap. It was capping a lot because I think you uploaded the video just because you wanted to bring out a video. I'm not saying any bad thing about swakage. He make great video, but this video doesn't make sense at all. He cherry pick a lot for this video. All the material he used for this video, he cherry pick a lot. So now what he's trying to say now is that Sakura that Shin beat the hell out of. No, maybe he didn't beat the hell out of her, but he still defeated her when they fought in his dimension. Will be able to beat Madara, and I don't even think Shin is close to that Madara at all. He is not close to that Madara. So how is she going to beat Madara when she can't even beat Shin? At the time that she beat Shin, that Shin lose some of his organ, it was because he was not concentrating on Nai, but instead he was distracted. He was focused on Naruto and Sasuke. He didn't know that she was coming. That was the only way Sakura was able to peg him, because if not, she is not pegging him. And also now, since you used the Madara in the Valley of the End against Ashirama, you are going to say Sakura is going to penetrate the Susanamo along with the Tail Beast. Are you going to tell me he's going to defeat them? No. Even if Madara only has the Susanoo and Sakura punch it, there is no way that is going to defeat Madara. There is no way. The only way she can be able to defeat Madara is when Madara stand without any protection at all and she punched him. That is the only way that she can be able to defeat him. Because if not, if you use the Uchiha Mirror, any other thing, he's going to defeat her. He's going to beat her badly. And also, if you're talking about letting them fight, really, he's way faster than Sakura. And also, he has the Sharingan. The Sharingan is hard to defeat. How will she be able to defeat it? And let's not forget, Madara can use the Genjutsu on her. She is not that resistant to Genjutsu. There are some Genjutsu she can be resistant to, not Madara own, especially not the one of the eyes of the Uchiha. She can't be immune to every Genjutsu out there. So how is she going to defeat a guy that is faster than her, that has more durability than her? I know she can be able to heal herself, but how long will she be able to keep that up with somebody like Madara that has destructive abilities under his belt? How long? There is no way she is able to defeat him, except she caught him off guard and he's standing there and she just punched him. That is the way, and I don't think that is happening at all. There is no way that is going to happen at all. And she giving Kaguya punch, stopping down from going to the other dimension. That is just the plot right there. That was what the plot wanted. And also they are saying all the characters, they are way stronger than how they were in Shippuden ending. No, they are not. They are just a little bit stronger. The people that I can say they are way stronger than before are Naruto and Kakashi. The reason because Kakashi lost his Rasengan and is able to improve all his other abilities and create new juice also. So and now you even have chakra that can last longer. That is the main thing. Chakra, the more chakra I have, the better you'll be able to fight. And that is how Kakashi is now. And Naruto too has the second half of Kurama join into him, so making him 2 times stronger than how he is before. Why for Sasuke, I don't know if he's stronger or weaker than how he is before, because he's just getting tired all the time that we see him getting tired. And I've not seen Sakura fought any real battle except for Shin, and she lost that one when she confronted him. She lost that one spectacularly. So what is the feat she has in this battle now that she can be able to use to defeat Madara? None. She has no feat at all, so she is not defeating him. That is my opinion. And what's your opinion, guys? Put it down in the comment section below. I'll be reading to it and let's argue about it. Is Sakura going to beat Madara? I don't think so. So guys, that's the end of the video. If you like the video, like, greatly appreciate it. And remember guys, stay safe and stay healthy. Peace.